what is the effect of poor parenting? Because you can liken this to it because most of the time we come to see and we come to understand that most things we are seeing today is because we are getting from the parents, either the mother or the child, not playing his or her role as a father, or not always being there as a father, not always being there as a mother. Now, a lady once said she was addressing a group, and she was like, "These two figures must be complete in a child's life." And the problem you are facing today in the society is because of you are seeing a single parent, either a father or a mother, taking care of the house. Now that is one problem because the role of the mother is very important. Now the mother will say, okay, fine, my son, the mother will actually bring them closer, show them this, but the dad or the father will always want to make them see the hard part of life. So when we are not getting this, what is the effect
Of poor parenting.
Yeah.
Okay. Of course, we can see the effect of poor parenting all over in our society right now.
Yes.
Of course, we can see our youth doing hard drugs. Of course, we
Exactly.
can see the high
Exactly.
rate of prostitution. We can see kidnapping and crimes and everything. These are effects
Exactly.
of poor parenting. Statistics were carried out on mouse, rats and their puppies also, and they discovered that any behavior, for instance, if you deny a rat his or her parent and the child grows up,
Okay.
the social life of that particular puppy, that is the child of the rat,
Yeah. Yeah.
is being affected. And studies have shown that it can move up to the third and fourth generation of that particular of the rat, that particular lineage.
Yes, sir.
The point I'm trying to make is that if we don't get our children right and give them proper parenting, the effect is going to linger up to the third and fourth generation of that particular family.
Okay.
That's how effective it is. So every parent must see parenting as a job. You must see parenting as a career. It is not one of the roadside career you do. It is full-time career. You must get the child right at the right age to be responsible, and you must do a follow-up. The child's development socially and educationally, morally, all those things must be put into account. You must take your time, pay attention to it. These things we are suffering in our society, you see, they are effect of things that perhaps our grandfathers, the way they trained our fathers. So our fathers also now trained us, and here we are.
Okay.
This is the
Yeah.
disaster.
Yeah.
Certain areas of our life, they took away their eyes and said it doesn't matter. It matters now.
Exactly.
Crime is everywhere. Doesn't it matter?
So no, now judging by this, based on this, now we could always get to go back in time and a comparison was being made between the parenting of the past and parenting of now. Now knowing fully well that the times change, generations change, and so people do change. Now it's not the same parenting we will get, or it's not the same method or the same people who parented like our grandfathers, our great grand, they pass on the legacy, and here we are today. So I want to ask what changed, what went wrong? Because if we could make boast of the men of great. Okay,
Yeah.
I give us a good example. The Wole Soyinka,
Yes, yes.
all these scholars and the Les Brown and all that we are talking about, we celebrate today. Now, if we make boast of them in the past, is it not the same parenting or the same thing that was being passed on to this present generation? If it's on what went wrong and how can it be
Okay.
settled?
The way we train children previously,
Yeah.
you know, those days it is actually the society that trains the child.
Yes, sir.
It is not the family.
Wow.
It's not just the family.
Okay.
For instance, you are going on the road right now and you did bad thing, and I'm saying, Enoch, what you're doing is very wrong. I'm not your father, I'm not your brother,
Okay.
but you are my responsibility. So long as you are a member of that community or that society, it is my job to look out for you.
Okay.
You see, those days when we stand in certain places with certain, with
Yeah.
opposite gender, somebody will say, how could you? You can't do that now.
Exactly.
So now, when you touch a child, the society we live in right now is that whatever you do to a child is wrong. And that is what has guided us to behave ourselves. And we have that sense of fear and we have that sense of restraint to certain level of abnormal behaviors that we want to display. It is as a result of the kind of way, because the society, there is this emptiness of lack of fulfillment
Okay.
inside of them.
Yes, sir.
So they go into Yahoo, they can kill their father, they can kill their mother. All they are searching for, guess what they are searching for? Those moral values you dropped that you didn't give to them.
Okay.
That's what they are searching for. But they didn't know how to get it. They know deep down inside of them that something is missing. They can't get a hold of it. And so you see them behaving in certain manners. They're looking for those social values because it's with a good social value gives certain level of contentment to an individual.
Yeah.
Our Bible says, godliness with contentment is great gain. So when they have those good morals of the society, of course, our society has taught us about part of the ethics of our society are religious matter and cultural matters. Both religious and cultural issues has taught us how to behave very well and how to respect either a deity, a god, or whatever they call it. But at the end of it, all they're trying to do is to instill certain level of respect, certain level of restraint, and to discourage you from displaying certain level of dangerous behavior, immoral, and all those things. At the end of it, whether it is on the religious perspective you look at it or on the cultural perspective you look at it, you see that the children have imbibed high moral standard, high moral standard of behavior. And at the end of it, there's a ripple effect in the society. Society that is filled with people with high moral standard is going to be a society with a high moral standard. And we're going to have peace in our society. We're going to have decency in our society. And we're going to have children who are hardworking and who, rather than looking for a way to destroy the society, are looking for a way to build society.
I believe you're getting the content for today and you're enjoying it. I'm pretty sure that before the end of this topic, we will have a good remedy of the menace happening in the society and how to prolong and to promote good parenting. So that's brings us to the next question. So now, I want to know what's the difference between naivety and trust in a child? Because you so far simplify and make our viewers understand their social responsibilities and the good upbringing and all that. But the bad ones we are seeing so far, the only thing it tends to bring out or reduce the level of trust we impose on this new generation, the children, and to an extent, we cannot place them with some values.
The way you bring up a child is quite important.
Yes, sir.
I want to set an example. It's a movie where in a society, once you give birth to a child, you have to invite the evil queen once you're giving birth to a child. What the evil queen does is that the evil tends to take away fear from that child. Fear, I'm not saying take away literally like taking it out, but the evil queen scares the child. Scaring the child makes the child believe that you're welcome to a dangerous world, to an evil world. You understand? So the child gets used to the presence of the evil queen. They are training the mind of the child not to be scared of dangers. It is part of this world that we are living in. We live in a very dangerous world. And so when you keep protecting the child, the child become naive. Naive. Take for instance, if you are working with knife, part of your job is knife, so you work with knife as part of your tool, and then all of a sudden Sunday you get a cut. It's not a big deal for you.
Yes.
But this child in this movie, because she was used to being over pampered and being overprotected, she wanted herself with knife. Guess what she did? She lied down and then she was waiting to die. Now, she's not used to seeing blood. But
Yeah.
other children
Okay.
who has been introduced to the evil queen is nothing to them. In fact, even when they bruise themselves, they just laugh over it, and it's just a normal thing. You understand? So now, the naivety of a child is due to overprotection.
Okay.
Overprotection. So
Okay.
now, guess what? Now you give birth to a child, and at the age of, okay, 2 to 3 months, I don't know the age, I don't know the months anyway, but I stand corrected. And then you're taking of the child, wow, you lift them
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing? You're exposing them to danger.
Okay.
You're also exposing them to trust. So now he goes up the first time,
Okay.
you understand?
Okay.
And then he's scared if he's going to fall and die.
Yeah.
Danger. And then you catch him. And then
What time the trust
every
builds.
time. So now you're throwing him, he's laughing now. He has built trust.
It's nice to
You
it.
understand?
At some point, they get to enjoy
He
it.
gets to enjoy it. So he'll be telling you,
Do more. Do
exactly,
more.
exactly. So but the other child that you didn't throw up, the day you throw him up, oh, it's as if
Yeah.
you
We get
know the one wants to
expression.
crash. That is just an example of you, allowing or exposing your children to certain dangers. Let me tell you what you play, your role as a parent. In the life of that child, you are to play the role of a referee. The role of a referee, that's what you play. Now, the role of a referee in the sense that between that child and the dangers of this world, the evil of this world, the
Okay.
struggles of this world, all the hazard that this world has,
Okay.
you are playing the referee. The referee in the sense that the child must get to the pitch. We know that in the pitch of football, for instance, that you may break your legs, but we
Exactly.
still play football.
Yes, sir.
True.
Yeah.
Good. So you expose a child to the pitch of life. It's a very dangerous life. Don't be too protective. Like I told you, being too protective to a child is evil. It makes you an evil parent. So why are you being the referee? There are certain dangers, for instance, in the field. There are certain rough play that does not warrant a red card or a yellow card. You just let it be. It's rough, however,
Yeah.
it's part of the game.